and welcome to a special live edition of The Cutting Edge. By now, I'm sure you've all heard of the tragedy of Flight 149. At the very least, the families of the victims deserve a full accounting of everything that led up to the event that devastated their lives. And today, on this show, they're gonna get it.
Ricky, I'm amazed you've even got a nose left.
Look, man, I don't mean no disrespect, you know, but I got a measly 50 grand so you could look like a hero, and now you got it made in the shade, and what do I got?
You think I owe you?
No, I mean, we're pals, right? I mean, if I had a pretty rich lady...
My relationship with Ms. English is none of your concern. You got that?
Look, I'm just looking for a loan.
All right, you might come in handy. From now on, you are invisible. I don't even want to see your shadow. You got that?
Whatever you say, man.
I'll be in touch.
With me again is Mr. Mateo Santos, brother of one of the victims, Maria Santos Gray. Mr. Santos has startling new evidence that once and for all reveals who's truly responsible for this tragedy.
I have to come forward with this information.
Information meaning you have new information as regards the crash of Flight 149?
Yes, I do.
Well, we'll get to that very
No,
shortly.
I don't want another smart-alecky remark. I want you to stop the show. Pull the plug on it, now.
Mr. Chandler, I thought you weren't ready to go back to work yet.
Oh,
Mom, I can
right now.
now.
Air
You seem
pollution,
like
chemical
everything's
dumping.
We're live. What are you
We're
doing on the
daycare
phone?
for its employees. But when that wreckage...
Who was
the
that? Was
oil
that Liza?
spill, or the loss of innocent lives, and a
yes,
plane
it's your
crash
husband,
turns into
please.
bureaucracy, spit control,
Adam,
or clever
hi.
PR.
Listen, I'm sorry I came out, so just left so early this morning.
You're at the studio? Darling, please, come home. Now.
I will.
Cutting
I
costs
promise.
has led to plant closings and downsizings across the globe. But what is forgotten here is that there are human consequences to these actions.
Liza.
People lose their jobs. But when cutting costs lead to inferior products and shoddy turbine blades, people lose their lives. So when corporate responsibility
Hold on a
fails,
second.
personal
Liza, no.
responsibility is
Liza.
the solution. Initially, I blamed the CEO and president of Corview, the parent company that owns Trans Global Airlines. But I was wrong. Miles Christopher is not to blame. In fact, the Corview Group was very recently sold. Sold in order to avoid responsibility by its previous owner. That owner was Adam Chandler. So you see, it was Adam Chandler who owned the airline. Adam Chandler who mandated that costs be cut no matter what. And Adam Chandler who's been lying ever since. It was Adam Chandler who owned the airline. Adam Chandler who mandated that costs be cut no matter what. And Adam Chandler who's been lying ever since.
I assume you have proof.
Yes, I do. And I'd like Adam Chandler to come forward and admit his culpability.
I think we should make it clear that, along with being the head of Chandler Enterprises, a multi-billion-dollar business interest, Mr. Chandler is also your father-in-law.
Yes, and I think it's pathetic that this man would lie to his wife, to his daughter, and to the families of all the other victims. This has been a cover-up since day one.
Day one. What are you saying? That you thought of Mr. Chandler
Donnie,
as some
let's
kind
leave.
of suspect in the very beginning?
No, not even
Adam, are you
close.
there?
Initially,
Yes.
I went after Miles Christopher.
Liza, yes,
and
I'm here.
Corview.
Is it true?
I know that planes just don't fall out of the sky without a reason.
Liza,
I knew my
come
gut and my
home,
sister.
sweetheart. I can explain all of this.
Adam Chandler has the blood of all those other people on his hands.
Wait a minute,
Is
go
it
back.
true?
What was it specifically that made you
Well,
suspicious
yes,
that Adam
but
Chandler or
you
Chandler
haven't heard the whole
had anything
story.
to do with this in the first place?
wife lost their child
Please stop this.
in a
Pull the
Trans
plug.
Global emergency landing.
It's breaking
He wasn't
news,
out
Mother.
for blood.
We have to run with it.
He was too eager to make peace. But it wasn't
Adam.
until I found some evidence in his study that I put it all
No.
together.
Sorry that took so long.
Fine.
Papers proving
Brooke?
that Corview. Proving that
It
he
was
the head
Adam.
cop.
Adam owned Trans Global all
Proving that
along.
he was the man who ordered the execution of every
He
single
knew.
49.
Now,
Look at it, playing to the
Miles
camera.
Christopher, the CEO of
Yeah, he
Corview,
didn't
has
lie
been
to
on
us.
this show
He's grandstanding.
about the crash.
He wanted the truth, Dad. And if you had been honest from the beginning, he wouldn't be on that
Well, he
stage.
knew more than he was saying. Role in Corview was secret for months. And frankly, I was shocked to find that the trail led to my father-in-law.
Mateo, your efforts to get to the bottom of this have been more than substantial. And I assume that has to do with the self-media.
Get Liza Chandler on the phone.
Did not let that get in the way. I knew I had to get to
What
the
do you
bottom
mean
of
she
this.
won't take
I
my
went to
call?
my sister to find out what happened.
Of course she'll talk to me.
Settlement offer. That was a red flag.
Put her on the phone, you imbecile! No. Don't do that. Patch me through to Ted Martin on the air. Yes, now. Do it.
Actually led you to Miles Christopher.
Well, before I got to Christopher and Corview, I started at Trans Global. I talked to the mechanics, many of which who were injured on the job. And they said that Trans Global went downhill after the buyout.
How?
There was a lot of problems. They overworked the remaining employees. Mistakes were made. The downsizing, the problems with
Liza,
equipment.
Adam's on the phone again, and he wants to be patched through to Ted.
Name it.
Do it.
Everything.
Liza, please, stop this. Give the audience what they want to hear, Mother.
What is wrong with Trans Global's plane?
Well, they dodged safety standards. Maintenance reports were altered. A supervisor told me that he was asked to doctor records.
Those are very serious accusations. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been told that Mr. Chandler himself is on the phone and would like to make a statement. Mr. Chandler, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I assume you have some response to these charges?
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Santos is not presenting all the facts accurately.
Well, then it's your turn to set the record straight. Be my guest.
I understand the grief, and I admire his passion for the truth.
You don't give a damn about the truth.
But obviously, he's too emotionally involved to analyze the
You're
situation.
damn right I'm
rationally.
emotional. You killed my sister.
Chandler Enterprises has many holdings.
Trans Global and Corview were recent acquisitions.
And why didn't you own up to Corview sooner?
But it is not my policy to advertise acquisitions.
Well, nonetheless, Chandler Enterprises did hang Trans Global out to dry, isn't that right?
I employ hundreds of thousands of people. Hard-working people who've done nothing wrong. A media campaign against Chandler Enterprises would have been out of work. It was my duty to protect them.
How about protecting the people who got on your planes and the mechanics who worked on them?
Nobody could have foreseen the tragedy that was Flight 149.
All right, well, let's talk cause. You ordered a purchasing agent to clean up the bottom line or else.
Not at the cost of human life.
The Transportation Board concluded that Flight 149 went down because of inferior turbine blades.
I can't control every employee who works for me.
Those blades disintegrated, Adam.
I have never made an order to use substandard parts.
I've never made an order to jeopardize public safety.
Just as long as your airline turned a profit, right? You didn't care what happened.
An overzealous employee took matters into his own hands.
That overzealous employee cost you a lot more than your wife miscarried after an incident on Trans Global Airlines. Mr. Chandler, isn't that true?
Yes. That is true. Do you think I would knowingly harm my own child?
That's exactly what you did.
My wife and I have suffered every bit as much as Mateo Santos and his family have suffered.
Second-guessing me is not going to bring his sister back. It's not going to bring our child back. We have all been hurt. But it's time to get past this and go on with the business of living.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I'm told we have to take a break. We'll be back with more of the cutting edge.
The business of living.
Son of a... Come on, let's go.
Go where?
To Adam Chandler's.
I can't go there. Can't face him. What am I going to say to
Well,
him?
I got plenty to say. You let me take him on. Let's go.
I never intended for any of those planes to be anything but 100% airworthy.
Now, that may wash with your flunkies, but not with me.
I don't give a damn what you think.
We're through when I say we're through.
I have a meeting.
Cancel it.
What is your gripe? You survived.
You have no idea what that cost me, what that cost Brooke, or Edmund, or little Maddie.
Oh, I know what it cost.
People like us don't exist to people like you unless we're doing your bidding or crawling from the wreckage of one of your lousy planes.
What do you want, Thomasen?
I'm a nobody in this. What I want doesn't mean a damn thing. But Maria Santos meant something. She meant a lot to her family, to her kids, to the people of this community. And Brooke English is the finest woman that I have ever known.
I would never put Brooke in danger.
What are you talking about? You sold out the mother of your own child. The last few months have been hell for Brooke. But for the sake of her children, she has struggled to keep it together and make each day count for something. Now, that is not easy to do once you have stared into the eyes of the poor person across the aisle from you, whose only mistake was that they had the bad luck to fly your two-bit airline and die.
Brooke, I am truly sorry.
Save it. This is one survivor who'll stand in line for the last ounce of your blood.
You like your heroes lowbrow these days, don't you?
Jim is a hero.
You can't buy this self-righteous posturing. He's doing it entirely for your benefit.
Well, you know what? He doesn't stop to calculate when somebody is in trouble. What's in it for him?
Yeah, well, the moment your hero's trespassing on my property.
It'll take more than your rich man's property rights to get me off your back, Chandler. Come on, Brooke, let's go. We've taken enough of his abuse. It's not over. We had to face him.
I know.
You okay?
You amazed me. You put Adam in his place. And you left him no defense, and you said everything that was in my heart.
Nobody will ever hurt you again. I swear.
You know.
You make me so. You feel it too?
I want you.
I want you.
I want you to make love to me.